Phuket, a tropical paradise known for its stunning beaches and vibrant nightlife. But what if you're not looking to party or set foot in a crowded bar, or maybe a ladyboy show just doesn't cut it for you? Is Phuket more than just a party place? Before coming to Phuket, I used to think that it was just a place where people drank, being just that because of how it's portrayed by everyone. It's got that reputation. I've been to Phuket 3 times at this point, and I can confidently say that this is more than just a party town. It's a place filled with natural beauty, quiet serene waters, and it's actually a good place to unwind in peace, which is the complete opposite of its reputation. My name is RJ, and on this channel I share travel tips and vlogs, but in today's video I'm going to take you through a side of Phuket you might not even know about. This video is for those who look to relax, have some quality downtime, and explore the true beauty of the island. So if you're a non-party traveler or just someone looking for a quieter escape, this video is for you. But before we get this going, consider subscribing to my channel for more travel tips and travel videos like these. I'd really appreciate it also if you give this video a like. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. First things first, I'm going to give you an overview of Phuket, the best times to visit the island, how to get to Phuket, getting around the island, where to stay, things to do, and last but not the least, some additional tips. I also have an extended version of this video where I talk about the common scams, additional safety tips, and pro tips when adventuring in Phuket. And if you want to see that, make sure you sign up for a YouTube membership on my channel or join me on Patreon. Both links are going to be in the description box down below to join, so you can see that video and other perks such as seeing exclusive travel content that I don't post anywhere else. So here's a quick overview of the island. Phuket is the largest island in all of the country. It is a true tropical paradise, often called as the Pearl of the Andaman, with over 30 stunning beaches to choose from, lush jungles, and charming towns. There's so much more to this island than meets the eye. Phuket actually wasn't always the official name. It was known as Talang in the early times before being renamed Phuket in the late 18th century based on its Malay roots. Phuket comes from the Malay word Bukit, meaning hill, which reflects the island's hilly terrain. What was once a trading hub for spices, Old Phuket still boasts colonial architecture from the Portuguese. The island is also home to the iconic Big Buddha. And again, because of its reputation, not that many people know that Phuket is actually a great place for scuba diving and also has the best Muay Thai training camps in the world, whether you're a beginner or an experienced fighter. So ideally, the best time to visit Phuket is from November through February. This is high season. It's mostly dry with clear skies and pleasant temperatures. Because this is peak tourist season, it's much busier and things like accommodation are priced a bit higher. So there's the trade-off. But because this is a tropical destination, the weather is great for beach days, excursions, and other outdoor activities. There's also a lot more events happening around this time of the year. From March through May, it's shoulder season. There's definitely fewer crowds, and weather is still quite warm. Hot actually, as temperature can reach up to 30 to 35 degrees. The crowd usually thins out this time around, but still busy. Just not as busy during high season. Then low season or monsoon season is from June through October. Fewer crowds, and yes, rain is in the forecast. However, it's not like it's raining the entire day. You still get sunny breaks here and there, and it's still fairly warm. The prices for many things, especially accommodation, are dropped drastically around this time. In addition, some excursions may be limited due to the rain, so keep that in mind. In my personal experience, I traveled through all 3 seasons, and I would have to say that high season is definitely by far my least favorite, just because of the heavy foot traffic and the crowd and the overinflated prices. I don't know, to me an island is meant to be a place where you could just slow down and have some nice peace and quiet and not be too chaotic. So yeah, my favorite is definitely around low season. It's quieter, and sure, it might rain, but in my experience traveling around the monsoon season, not just around Thailand but all over Southeast Asia, is that even if it rains, it's gonna rain hard for a few hours, then you will get sunny breaks right after. It's not like it's raining the entire day. I mean, it's very, very rare. and it's still fairly quite warm. As a matter of fact, I like the rain when I'm traveling to these tropical destinations because it's actually very, very refreshing. So rain isn't too bad if you don't mind chilling at a cafe or just waiting it out for a few hours. It's not that bad. Phuket has an international airport, and this is the island's main gateway. It is roughly just over 30 kilometers north of Patong, which is one of the major tourist destinations. Phuket is connected to major international cities, especially Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Hong Kong, and Doha. International carriers like Emirates, Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, and Cathay Pacific fly into the island, and for domestic carriers, there's Thai Airways, AirAsia, and Nok Air operate these routes regularly. Domestic connections include flights from Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Krabi, and Koh Samui, just to name a few. When flying domestic, you could typically find good deals. Let's say that you were needing to fly out tomorrow and you were to book a flight today. The prices are very, very reasonable, especially during low season. Other ways to get to Phuket if you're already in the country, depending on where you are. Let's say you're in Koh Samui or the Phi Phi Islands, you could travel by the ferry or the speedboat. Prices are also decent. There are many vendors selling tickets out on the streets, so do compare prices or a bargain. Same thing with overnight sleeper buses. Because Phuket is connected by a bridge, land travel is possible. And again, it depends where you are in the country. I would say that overnight buses are the most inexpensive option if you're in a budget, but it's a much longer journey, so there's that. There's also a train that operates from Bangkok, but I don't have any experience on taking this specific train from Bangkok to Phuket, so I can't speak much about it. There are many ways to get around the island, but the most cost-effective way, and this is definitely one of my favorite ways to get around, not just on the island, but all over Thailand, and that is by renting a scooter or a motorbike. It just gives you the independence and a ton of flexibility. Rentals, depending on the size of the motorbike, can range between 200 to 400 Thai baht per day at the time of making this video. And if you're renting for a longer period, you could bargain to get a better deal. I do have additional safety tips on riding a motorbike around the Phuket area, but those tips are only posted for the YouTube members of this channel, as well as the Patreon members on my Patreon page. So if you want to sign up, click on the link in the description box down below for the extended version and additional tips of this Phuket travel guide. Tuk-tuks are also very common here. It's perfect for short trips, and if you have a large group, you'll find them everywhere on the streets, and typically you could just flag one down and you can catch a ride. Prices do vary depending on how far you're going and your bargaining skills, as well as the time of the day or the time of the year. I don't recommend using tuk-tuks for longer trips as they can be a bit pricey. Grab is also another mode of transportation. It's essentially an Uber. It's a ride-hailing app. I use this all over Thailand. It's very convenient and prices are also fairly decent. I actually prefer using this over taxis, and it's definitely great for longer duration rides, like if you're needing a ride to and from the airport. It's a great option to take. Like I said, prices are reasonable most of the time. Unlike taxis, you don't have to bargain on a price, as prices are already set based on the time of the day and the length of the trip. And to use this app, you obviously need to download it and then sign up for it. It's fairly seamless, very straightforward. And to get the most out of it, or to get the best experience, I highly suggest getting a local SIM card as well. I mean, you could order a Grab under, let's say you're in a hotel or something and you have Wi-Fi and you don't have a local SIM card or data. And then after that, when you're in the car and you're doing this ride, it's just gonna disconnect obviously because you don't have any data. But to get the most out of it and to get the best experience, I highly suggest just getting a local SIM card. It's fairly inexpensive in Phuket or just all over Thailand in general. If you've got a large group, it might make sense renting a car. It offers comfort and space, perfect for long journeys or even just getting around the island. And just like a scooter, it offers flexibility and more space. But they are more expensive than motorbike rentals, and parking, depending on where you go, could be very difficult at times, as with a motorbike, you could just literally park them anywhere because it's just much smaller. Like I said in the beginning, Phuket is the largest island in all of the country, so there are plenty of options in terms of where to stay. Since you're watching this video, I assume you want to stay away from the party towns. I would say right now, Patong is the main party district, so avoid staying here at all costs. But I'm not saying parties or bars are gonna be completely eliminated in the places I recommend next. It's impossible because they're technically all over the entire country, especially in the touristy areas. But there's definitely less and are more tamed in these areas. My first recommendation is staying at Caron Beach. Definitely a more peaceful alternative to Patong, offering a long stretch of sandy beach, and even if it's busy, everyone is fairly spread out and you could typically find a spot and relax to enjoy the scenery. You will find a lot of mid-range resorts here, Airbnb hotels, and even hostels that provide a more relaxing stay. Now, if you want to stay more in the inner city, I highly suggest staying in Old Town Phuket. This place is obviously away from the coast. It offers more local culture, history, and charm. Definitely a lot quieter than the beaches, but it is still a tourist destination, so keep that in mind, and it gives a city feel to it since you're away from the beaches. But this is more for anyone who wants to experience more of the cultural experiences. In addition, you also have much more options here in terms of accommodations, ranging from budget hotels, hostels, Airbnbs, and even high-end hotels. I mean, it is a city, so yeah, you have a ton of options for accommodations here. Mai Khao Beach is another quiet place. It's close to the airport, so maybe at the beginning of your trip or towards the end, if you gotta catch a flight out or something, this may be a convenient spot for you. The beach here is very quiet, and I would say that this is definitely one of my favorite beaches in Phuket because of the peace it offers. Not to mention, it's also a place where you can watch planes take off and land over the water. It's actually a fairly surreal experience. Next thing I recommend you do is to visit the Big Buddha, a statue located on top of Knackered Hill. The 45-meter statue offers panoramic views of the island and is a peaceful place to experience. Watch out for the monkeys here though, especially if you go first thing in the morning, as they can be very territorial. Don't forget to wear temple attire, meaning covering the legs and shoulders, as they won't let you in the temple with shorts and a tank top, or if you don't have that at the time of entering, you'll be forced to buy pants or sarong right at the entrance if you want to enter. After visiting the Big Buddha statue, I highly suggest visiting Wat Chalong Temple just because it's fairly close by. Another beautiful temple in Phuket that dates back to the early 1800s, built by two well-respected monks. When I went there, there were a lot of temples being built. It's more like a temple complex, as you're able to go into different pagodas, and it's a beautiful, calming place to be. It's very, very zen. At the time of making this video, there are no entry fees for both temples, so you're free to roam around. If you're not staying in Phuket Old Town, then it's worth visiting for the day to take a stroll through the historic heart of the islands with its charming Sino-Portuguese architecture, vibrant street art, and colorful buildings. Old Town is a great place to explore the island's culture. There are many shops, local markets, restos, and cafes worth visiting here, and on Sundays, the very famous Sunday walking street market happens. Old Town is a place worth spending a day in. The island of Phuket is known for its fiery skyline during sunset, and one of the most famous viewpoints to watch the sun go down is Promthep Cape, located at the southern tip of the island. It can get crowded here, but it's worth coming down as you get stunning views of the Andaman Sea. Other noteworthy things to do are visiting the waterfalls on the island, Tonsai being one of them, taking a cooking class, visiting other local markets. Chilva Night Market, Rawai Seafood Market, and Nana Weekend Market are amongst the popular ones. Visiting an elephant sanctuary, scuba diving, and of course, watching a traditional Muay Thai bout or attending a Muay Thai training camp. As mentioned, the island offers amazing scuba diving opportunities and top-tier Muay Thai training camps. So if you're into any of these, make sure you don't miss out. And now if you want the pro tips and additional safety tips, like I said, make sure you sign up for a YouTube membership to my channel or join me on Patreon. You'll be able to see the extended version of this video, and the links are going to be in the description box down below. But first up on my list, I'm going to be talking about the common scams on the island. Jet ski scams are fairly common when they make you pay for the damage you supposedly caused when you return it. No matter what, if you want to avoid the scam, always take a photo of the jet ski before you take it for a spin, just so you're covered. Same thing with renting motorbikes. Always inspect for damages and taking photos before signing the documents. Speaking of motorbikes, if you've never ridden a motorbike or a scooter before, I wouldn't recommend this place to be your first time. Phuket's got some hilly, winding roads, and not to mention crazy, reckless, rowdy drivers at times, and I'm not talking about the locals. But if you do ride a scooter out here or a motorbike, taking extra precautions, especially during peak hours or at nighttime. Though cards are widely accepted, especially in well-established businesses, it's always good to carry cash, as many street vendors, smaller shops, or local restaurants only accept cash. When visiting popular sites, if you want to avoid the crowd, it's better to go first thing in the morning or as early as you can for a more peaceful experience. Though there are many high-end restaurants or familiar Western food chains in Phuket, I find that the best food are usually from small businesses that is family run, that is extremely inexpensive. The portions most of the time here are also very generous. Just because a restaurant looks big from afar and they play loud music and prices are heavily inflated, it doesn't mean food is going to be good. As a matter of fact, most of the time the portions in these places are tiny and the food is just below average. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this guide helpful, and if you did, consider subscribing to my channel and giving this video a like. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.